Nappy hour. Nappy hour. Nappy hour.
Welcome back to the Nappy Hour, guys, the place where you tell me all about your fucked up lives and I tell everyone, just like real friends. So open your ears and let me fill them full of shit. Advice. Hi, welcome back for another episode, guys. It is so lovely to have you here. And before we get into it, I just thought I would update you with how I'm feeling. It's been a couple of weeks now since I told you I had a little breakdown next to the lake and I had a week off. Well, last night I had a little cry in bed. There's a part of me, and I was saying this to my husband yesterday, like I really miss having the capacity to take control of my mental health like I did in the past. I get very easily overwhelmed, kind of like not such a third world problem that my phone is broken. I need a new one. I went to the Apple store with my friend and I tried to get it fixed, and he was like, it's going to cost X amount. And I thought, shit, I don't have that money to do that right now, so I can't do that. And I need to think of another way. And past Miranda would just be like, okay, cool. It's just a phone, babe. Like, we can sort this out. But current Miranda just got so overwhelmed. Me and my friend walked to Wagamamas and I went into like a cold sweat. I went dizzy. I couldn't control my breathing. I had to go to the toilet and splash my face with water. I went to just stand by the door for some fresh air, and the server was like, do you need a stool? Should I bring a stool? Are you ill? Can I get you a Coke? Do you need some sugar? Are you okay? Do you need me to call someone? And if I told him the issue, yeah, no, I'm fine, my phone is just broken, he would have just been like, that is pathetic. You're having this panic attack over a broken phone because you can't make content and you feel like you're getting behind on your social media? Really? But just because of my mental state, I just don't necessarily have the capacity to deal with things in a rational way. And I think since being a mum, that has been my overall, that's been my MO. I just get very easily overwhelmed by things. And I just miss not being like that. I miss being able to process information like a normal human. That's how I'm feeling. Let me dry my eyes, mate. I know that you want to make you feel how much this pain hurts, but there's plenty more phones in the phone shop. Dry your eyes, mate. We're going to get straight into it, guys, because you guys have brought your problems and we're here to talk about your fucked up lives, not mine. This mummy says, thank you so much for the podcast. It brightens my day and always makes me either belly laugh or reflect more deeply on this motherhood journey. I love your parenting style, so thanks for sharing it. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about homeschooling. I remember you mentioned in one of your episodes that you are considering it, and I am too. My baby's only 15 months, so we've got some time to go, but I'd love to hear more about your thoughts on homeschooling. We currently live in Wales. I'm from Romania and my husband is from England, so homeschooling would allow us to spend more time visiting family and teaching both languages. I plan to involve him in extracurricular activities, groups and bushcraft school to help with social skills. Jesus Christ. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I don't want anyone to think that I'm throwing shade on teachers or throwing shade on parents who are sending their kids to school. Because let's be real, it's not about the teachers. The teachers are not the problem. It's the people above that are running the fucking system and placing funding in all the wrong areas. Schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, overworked. And so there is absolutely zero shade on teachers when I say this. I cannot believe that there is any people in this world that are actually willing to do that job. It amazes me. Any other mums that plan on homeschooling and you tell someone, don't you immediately the person says, but how will they socialize? How will they make friends? Firstly, okay, schools are not as sociable as you think. we are conditioned to think that school is like this sociable thing, then we're learning all these social skills. Sorry, no. I came out of school with zero social skills. I didn't know how to make friends because you're kind of like plopped into these friendship groups and you don't need to work to keep them really. It's just sort of like you're just friends with these people just because. And you don't realize you don't get taught how to actually build relationships with people because you're with the same 30 people from year 1 up until sometimes, year 6, then you move on to year 7. And again, you're with the same 30 people up until year 12. Like it's very strange when you actually think about it. How many of us, once we're in our adult life, actually struggle making friends with people? But you'd think, like, what? We spent all our time in school. Why don't we know how to make friends with people? But you know what is sociable? Exactly like this mum says, enrolling your kid into like after school clubs, extracurricular activities, because these environments are less controlled. Kids have to go up and talk to other kids and you get to know each other outside of the school environment because you don't know anything about each other. So you're asking kids about their school life, about their family life, like you're getting to know each other on a deeper level. And you're also brought together because of an interest. Rather than just being plopped in the same classroom together just by lottery, you actually come together because you've got something in common with this person. And I think that's a much better foundation to build a friendship. How many of us, right, have the same friendship group all through secondary school, and then you leave school and maybe like you go off to university or whatever, then you come back to your hometown, you see your mates and you're sat around in the pub together and you're like, wow, we actually have nothing in common. I thought we did, but we really don't. That happens so much. A really important book that I read on education was Free to Learn. Have I got it up here? Okay. This book, Free to Learn. I've actually stolen this from my friend Manny. She probably wants it back. So don't tell her that I've still got it. Okay. Who's it by? Peter Gray. Basically, the first few chapters of this book will blow your fucking mind when you actually start to learn about like the history of school and what it was there for. My plan with homeschooling is to just vibe it out. I don't plan on necessarily doing a curriculum with Woody. I really just want to put it forward to him, ask him, you know what, for the next month, like, what are you interested in? Let's dive deep into that and let's create a plan together because I want him to have a passion for learning. One thing I read about homeschooling is it's not about you teaching them. It's about you learning with them. And that made the whole like homeschooling thing way less intimidating for me. Because when I think about like being a teacher, like what do I know about being a teacher? I don't know how to teach, but I don't need to know how to teach. I just need to know how to learn and we can learn together. And I think that's really awesome. My cousins actually were the first people that I knew that were homeschooled. Back in the day before it was cool. They weren't homeschooled the whole time. I think my auntie just knew that my cousin was a little bit naughty and he would be classed as like the naughty kid and she just didn't want that for him. So she did delayed schooling and he was homeschooled up until I think maybe like 8 or 9. Isaac is one of like the most wonderful, emotionally intelligent, brilliant men that I know. That more tailored one-on-one experience I think was probably really formative for building him into the kind of person that he is today. So anyway, that's enough about homeschooling. Next! This mum says, I'm feeling so lonely. At this point, you are my only equivalent of a mum friend. How sad is that? Excuse me, that's not sad at all. That's literally what this podcast is here for. When I was pregnant, my friends were like, we're going to be there every step of the way. It's so excited. And now, silence. They were so excited for me and suddenly I don't hear from them anymore. My phone literally never pings, not even WhatsApp chats. So I'm starting to think that they've made a new group chat without me. My days are a loop of baby talks and CBBS and I'm starting to think I might have forgotten how to have an adult conversation. I'm cracking jokes to myself at this point. What's happened to my social life? How do I stop feeling so bloody lonely? I go to mum and baby groups, but I just miss my old mates and the familiarity of that friendship, you know? Did this happen to you? This did not happen to me, but it did happen to my friend. And, you know, partly I'm kind of happy about that because it means I don't need to share her because I'm actually quite jealous over certain friends. You know, there's no like, oh, sorry, Miranda, I can't hang out this weekend because I'm with the girls, you know, none of that. Because I am the girls. I actually messaged my friend who had this and I asked her, like, you know, what happened? Did you get any closure? Now, she ran into one of them recently and she said to her, like, what the fuck was that about? She didn't really get any closure from it. Just kind of like, oh yeah, you know what I'm like. Silly me, I'm so bad with my phone, aren't I? Well, you're on your phone using Google Maps to get to this place, so can't be that bad with your phone, can you? I think what it comes down to is just not necessarily being able to relate to your experience and knowing what you need. And this could be for a few reasons. You know, some people are like truly selfish to their bones, and we only see people in that light as we go through life and we gain different experiences and we go through different things like marriage, grief, and we see people step up and we see people step down effectively. How our friendship circles get smaller and smaller and smaller is because I think we just let people down in certain areas. And I've definitely done this, you know. I'm not able, now that I'm a mum, I feel myself not being able to step up for my other friends in certain ways that I would have previously without a baby. Like my friend right now is getting ready to run like a big marathon, right? And pre-baby, I had, you know, spare cash to donate. I'd be like cheering her on. I'd be like posting about her runs. I'd be like really, really supportive. And now the weeks have like kind of whizzed by and I've been like, oh my God, her race is coming up. Like I need to donate. I need to message. I need to check in and see how she is. Claudia, how are you, babe? You know, my friend Chloe's getting married and I hardly know how the wedding organization's going. And, you know, back in the day when I was getting married, she was in it with me. She was organizing my hen do. She was like really supportive. I was meeting up with her. I was letting her know how the whole wedding organizing was going. And I'm just not able to like fully step up for her right now and be that friend. And I think it's just different stages of life, man. I wonder how long this has been going on for. Like, have you messaged the group chat and said, girls, where the fuck are you? Like my dear friend that was ditched by all her friends, right? Sometimes you just realize that you are in a group full of dickheads, but more often than not, I think it's actually that people are just so wrapped up in themselves that they don't realize they cannot put themselves in your shoes. They've got shit going on in their lives that we don't know about. It's very easy to sit here and take it personally and think these girls aren't checking in on me. They don't love me. They've ditched me. They don't care about me now that I'm a mom. But actually, like, have you checked in on them and said, you know, am I missing something? Extend one olive branch and just see. Get into the group chat and say, girls, let me just check. Is everyone okay? Because I feel like I, you know, haven't heard from anyone. And before I take it personally and I get upset, I just want to double check, like, is everyone doing okay? And if everyone replies and they're like, oh yeah, God, sorry, hun, just so busy, like just didn't really think, then you can be like, okay, listen, girls, last couple months, like I've needed you to step up and check in on me and rally around me and come and visit me. And none of you have fucking done that. And I'm hurt. And if after that they step up, cool. I think then you can like move past it. But if they kind of just carry on with their lives, just fucking doing their own thing, not really inviting you out, not checking on you, then I think, fuck those girls. Okay, fuck them. They're obviously not that great. They were good for a certain time in your life, but they're fucking lost. You know, maybe your friendships look different nowadays, now that you're a mum. Maybe your friendships look like, you know, one really good quality mum friend, another really good quality mum friend, but we don't necessarily have that group, that childhood group. I think maybe that group has served its purpose. It's got you through your 20s or whatever. Go and hang out in like a cool cafe. Take your baby, take a book, get comfortable, and just keep your eyes out for a mum that you like the look of. And just go up to her and say, hey, you look like a really cool mum. Are you local? And you just say, like, you look like a bit of me. You look like a little bit of me. Do you have many mum friends? And what she'll probably say is, no, I don't, because most mums are lonely as fuck. There's your in. Cool. Do you want to take my number and we can hang out? You are funny and cool and that people want to be your friend. You just haven't found them yet because your old mates are dickheads. Yes, this is our last dilemma, guys. We're going to get straight into it. We've got a mum in Struggle Town and she needs our help. I'm a mum living abroad with no family nearby, trying to juggle work, cooking, cleaning, walking the dog, and, just generally keeping everyone alive. It feels like life is one big to-do list. And by the time I've ticked off that last thing, I'm too knackered to enjoy any family time. I'm desperate to enjoy more quality time with the kids and husband and to actually enjoy my life. We have no time, no joggers. What's joggers? What is joggers? Is that a thing that I don't understand, or is it a misspelling, I wonder? What is joggers? In my language, joggers is trackies. And to be honest, like if someone tells me they don't have any joggers, I'm like, oh, you poor thing. Like that is gutting, but it doesn't necessarily relate to this dilemma. But like you should get yourself some good joggers. You might have noticed that I am constantly wearing the same brand. It is Uniform Studios. Shout out these guys. There's a reason I'm wearing them all day, every day. This is because these are the comfiest joggers that you can get. So get yourself on Uniform Studios and grab yourself a pair of Uniform Studios joggers. Anyway, back to it. Where was I? No time, no joggers, no money, no help. And I just can't see how to get off this hamster wheel. You know what? I feel you, hun. Sometimes I joke with my husband, but it's not really a joke. But there's an ongoing joke in my relationship that it's a good thing that there is not an off switch for humans, because if there was, I'm out, hun. Lights out, I'm done. I would have pressed that switch long ago. I feel like my whole childhood, I couldn't wait to be an adult. I've been looking forward to this day for so long. Oh my God, I just want to be independent. I just want to be an adult so bad. Being an adult's going to be so much fun. And then I've got here and I'm like, is this it? Is this what being an adult is? Because it's pretty stressful and pretty scary sometimes being an adult. Like if you don't pay your council tax, you are going to jail. So you better hope that someone in that relationship is keeping on top of the council tax. I haven't paid my phone bill this month and I am just waiting for E to cut me off. I feel like we complicate our lives so much and we rush to get all the things. We rush to get the car, the dog, the partner, the marriage, the house, the job that sucks all our time away from things that matter. And once you get on the adult train, like it's very hard to get off, isn't it? Because now you've got all these things to pay for and you've got to keep paying for those things. It's pretty much just like a one-way ticket to hate your life town. Maybe if you sit down with your partner and you write down all the things, all the jobs, all the things you need to get done in your week, you'll actually look at some stuff and be like, oh, let's just cut that off the list. That's just stressing us both out. Let's just get rid of it. And you can like free up a little bit of time. Or, you reorganize your schedule so that the dog walk actually becomes the quality family time. A dog walk doesn't have to be a chore and another thing you have to tick off the list. It can be, after work, we get in, we get our boots on, we get that dog out and we go somewhere fun and interesting and new. And we use that as a time in our day to just like come together and connect with each other. And yeah, it might shift the dinner time a little bit later. And so be it. Do you ever just find yourself like tidying toys and folding clothes and you're like, if I didn't have these here, I wouldn't have to tidy this right now. If I didn't have this stupid jumper, I wouldn't have to hang it up. Can I recommend doing a massive clear out? I would make sure you book in things to look forward to. Now, every 3 to 6 months, this is budget depending, obviously. Every 3 to 6 months, you have like a big thing to look forward to. Maybe it's a little road trip, a fun family event, tickets to a theme park or something like that, right? Or tickets to a water park every 3 to 6 months. So you have something really big and fun to look forward to for the family. And then once a month, you have a small thing to look forward to. Again, like a trip to a museum, a movie night at home, where you order in pizzas and you do like a little movie marathon. Book it in advance and you put it on the calendar and look, this next 2 weeks is shit. But at the end of this 2 weeks, I have this really fun day planned for me and my family. And that's going to make you feel a little bit less hopeless about your months. And like you can, just get off the hamster wheel for just just a night. You know what? Maybe you've tried all this. You've tried reorganizing your life and nothing's working. And in that case, I would honestly consider killing the dog off, putting my husband up for adoption, and selling my child to the black market and just starting again. Just like the ultimate reset. Fuck this. You know what? Life's short. Why am I wasting it with you suckers? Your family. Go onto Skyscanner and see how far away from your family you can get. But you'd be surprised, you know, especially if it's off-season tickets, you can get to Fiji for quite cheap, actually. And on that note, guys, we are going to leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have not already rated this podcast, please go and give it 5 stars. Nothing else. If you have anyone in your life that you think would enjoy this episode, then please don't be shy, guys. Send them my way. Get me to Wembley. We can all make little friendship bracelets. What is that? What is that? Why do Swifties make friendship bracelets? Do you guys give them out to each other at the concert? Like, what is that whole thing? If anything is going on in your lives, make sure you hit me up on Instagram and tell me, Miranda F. Fox, or at the Nappy Hour Pod. Tell me all about your fucked up lives so I can tell everyone. I love you so much. Mwah!